Now I know that most of us on this channel have some kind of fitness goal in mind, whether that's to gain weight, to lose weight, or to pack on a little bit of muscle. Now while I do believe that you have the capabilities to achieve this Greek god-like physique, I do understand that this takes time. You know, give it a year or two. But until then, you can't be strolling around all over the place in your birthday suit. So gentlemen, in this video, I go over how to dress for your particular body type to make sure that you look and feel confident right now. But before that, well, roll the thing. What is up, gentlemen? It's your boy Nessa here, coming at you with yet another video drop. And for today's topic, I'm going to be looking at body types and how to dress for your particular body type. Now there's a different number of these body types, from the round and oval shaped body types to the inverted triangles to the more fit guys, and these are going to be your trapeziums and your inverted triangles, which is the body type that many of us are kind of aspiring to. Now, given the sheer amount of information that needs to be given to you guys, we're going to break this thing up into a series type thing. But for today's video, we're going to be looking at the skinny and or the lanky type, which is the rectangular build. And if that sounds interesting to you, let's get it. Now, the most common problem that arises with those of you who have the skinny rectangular build is your torso. Your torso is much like a fizzy drink, a soda if you will, that's been left in the sun in an open container and has been left there overnight. When you come back the next morning and you take a sip, it's pretty flat. So basically your build is like a plank. You don't have any outstanding features to speak of. So for you, we're going to try and combat this problem and give you a similar build, or the illusion of a similar build to that of a trapezium. And to do this, the first thing we're going to look at is color. Now for your particular build, you're going to want to invest in clothing pieces that are a little bit lighter in color, a little bit brighter and a bit more vibrant, because these colors tend to make an individual look a bit more beefier, a little bit more buffer than they actually are. And in contrast, you're going to want to stay away from the darker colors, your blacks, your dark navy blues, because these colors tend to make bigger individuals look skinnier. So they will just make you look a whole lot skinnier than you are. So stay away from those. And as a tip number 2 for colors, you are going to want to invest in pieces that have patterns, and particularly, right, I'm going to highlight patterns that have horizontal lines, because these horizontal lines give an illusion. Well, one second, let me show you what I'm talking about. Bang! Horizontal stripes. Okay, so like I was saying, horizontal stripes give the illusion of having a wider torso than you actually have. It's going to make your chest and your shoulders look a whole lot wider than they actually are, because of the way they stretch outwards. Now this is going to give you that mimic or the illusion of having that trapezium build instead of the rectangular build that you actually have. Now here's a bit of a color tip for those of you who are skinny and tall at the same time. Okay, so hear me out here. You're a tall guy, right? So what you're trying to do is take that tall build and make it closer to the norm, which is more or less the average height using clothing, right? So to do this, you do not want the eyes of the people to be focusing on just how tall you are from head to toe. You need to find a break line so that people can focus on more in your midsection than they do on the entirety of your length. Now to do this, you're going to want to avoid a couple of things. You're going to want to avoid trends like the monochromatic look. I'm talking about the black on black, white on white, earth on earth, gray on gray, anything that gives you this continuity from top to bottom, you're gonna want to stay away from, because there's no harsh break in between. It's just going to have people focusing on how much of a tree trunk you are, instead of, you know, directing people to your middle. So for you tall guys out there, rather than going for this monochromatic look that some of the shorter guys will be going for, you on the other hand are looking to use contrast to your advantage. Remember when I said that lighter clothing makes you look bigger and darker clothing makes you look thinner than you are? Now we're going to use this to our advantage. Since you're a skinny individual who's trying to look buffer, and you're a taller individual who's also trying to look a bit less tall, right? We're going to use contrast. So we're going to have your upper body dress light. So you're going to get light clothing for your upper body, you know, white tees, light colored t-shirts, light colored shirts. And then for your lower body, we're going to go for something darker. Think of darker sweatpants, something like black, navy blue, or even dark navy blue jeans. Now what this is going to do is, firstly, because the upper body is brighter and the lower body is darker, the upper body is going to look bigger and the lower body is going to look a little bit smaller, giving you that illusion of the V taper. And secondly, this harsh break that you find in the middle of your torso, right by your waist, is going to have people focus less on your full uniform tallness and have them focus right in the middle, and that in turn is going to make you look a bit more average in height. Okay, so now back to the skinny guy. Another way for the skinny guy to make sure that they look like they have a bit more weight on them and to also build out their chest and their shoulders is by the use of the jacket. And bang! For example, this leather jacket that I got for myself from Zahara, it's nice, it's suede, it's very heavy in feel, and it's very thick in texture, gives the illusion that I'm actually packing on a little bit more weight than I actually am, and it also helps give me an extra layer to build out these shoulders, giving me that illusion of that trapezium or that V, inverted V shape that we're looking to get. So another great example of jackets you need to be looking to are going to be leather jackets, denim jackets, suede jackets, and even overcoats are going to be a great way for you to beef up your physique. Now, while still on the topic of jackets, let's look a bit more to the lanky or the taller individuals. Now, great jacket options for you are going to be, for example, this denim jacket here. Not particularly because it's denim, but more so because of all the different patterns and the contrast that you find on this jacket, like these double pockets that you see here. All these distractions are going to lead the people's eyes more towards your torso or to the middle part of your body than they are to the whole length of your body. So you're going to be wanting to look for jackets that have many pockets, maybe many zippers, a couple of patterns, just to distract people from your whole height and drive their attention towards the middle. A great example of this, for example, in winter wear is a military style jacket that has 4, 5, 6 different pockets all on one jacket. Now, another tip for both the skinny guy and the tall individual is you're going to want to focus on layering. Layering is your friend, because instead of wearing, let's say, a plain old t-shirt, for example, you could decide to wear a t-shirt and then layer on top of that t-shirt a denim shirt or a flannel, which is just going to give you a bit more layers, a little bit more volume, and a little bit more texture, which is going to make you look a little bit more beefed up than you are skinny and tall. Now, taking things to a bit of a more formal setting, if you're a skinny guy, you're almost always going to want to be wearing a suit or at the very least a blazer or jacket at every formal setting. Now the reason for this is jackets and formal suits, for as long as they're not unstructured, usually have shoulder padding. Now what shoulder padding is going to do is going to give that illusion of you having broader shoulders and giving you the illusion of that trapezium build that we are looking for. Now if you're a taller and more lanky individual, now I don't know quite why this works, but then I believe that taller people just tend to look a whole lot better in double-breasted suits. So if you're a taller individual, you should look into getting yourself a double-breasted suit, and I guarantee you are not going to regret it. And that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, how about you drop us one of these, a like down below, and also comment below on whatever tips or tricks that you think I missed, or future content that you'd like to see covered on this channel in the future. I really value your feedback. Let's engage in the comment section. So in my future videos, I'm going to be going over the rest of the body types that I did not cover in this video, so you might want to stay tuned for that and turn on notifications so you know as soon as I drop a new video. Now if it's your first time here on this channel, we cover fashion style tips and give fashion advice to help you become more fashionable. So if your style is street, dapper, or even smart casual, you might want to consider subscribing. And that's it for me, and until next time, you know how it is. Keep it fashionable. Peace.